and gentlemen, welcome to Game, the roundtable show where we're discussing gaming, arts, movies, electronics, and pretty much everything else that kind of fits into those types of categories. We just want to thank you for subscribing to the channel. We want to thank you for all of your comments. Thank you for all of your emails. If you need the email, it's gameshowchat@gmail.com. And follow us on Twitter @GameShowChat. Been loving some of the tweets that have been coming through. So we're going to jump right into our topic today. We're talking about sequels that were better than the originals as far as movies go, and what we like to call all damn flicks. Now, an all damn flick is a movie that doesn't matter when it comes on. It can come on, middle of the night. You could be half asleep. This movie comes on, and doesn't matter where you catch it. You catch it halfway through, right from the beginning, right from the close to the end. Doesn't matter. You will sit there and watch that movie. So that's an all damn flick, just in case anybody needed to know what they are. To my left, I have the great Dadakuji. To my right, we got Philip. We don't know what's happened to him, but he's changed. And we're gonna get right into it, gentlemen. Game one. What's your favorite sequels?
Favorite sequel? Star Wars: Empire Strikes Back. Way better than the original one. You know it. I mean, you got everything that's better. The lightsaber battles were better. The space fights were better. The story was better. The ending was better. It wasn't too happy. It wasn't too campy. It was great. I mean, you can get better than that when you come to stuff like Terminator 2. Terminator 2 was way better than the original one.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I'm glad you said that. Yeah, Terminator 2 was just so many punchlines from Arnold, classic Arnold punchlines. Not saying take away from Terminator 1, but Terminator 2, it was just so much action in it. It was just so much dialogue, and the story was, it really brought about Skynet. You saw Skynet the most in Terminator 2. I had to say Aliens too.
Oh yeah, Aliens.
All right.
Yeah. Or, excuse me, Aliens. You don't want to say two behind it because that doesn't make any sense. But anyway, Aliens was probably my favorite. I can literally watch that all day. Okay. Actually came on not too long ago and I watched it.
Yeah.
I just could not get away from it. I don't care if it was on TBS, I'll watch it.
That's all damn
oh,
movie.
Yeah,
that is because most of those movies, we're talking about R-rated movies, of course, so once they show them on regular TV, they're cutting out so much stuff. But sometimes some of those movies are kind of interesting to see how they get around some of those little things and some of those little parts. It's funny to see some of those little TV edits that Snakes on a Plane has the worst TV edit line ever. We ain't gonna say it, but we all know what it is.
Yeah,
this is one of the worst TV edits ever, but it's kind of funny to see some of those movies on regular TV.
I literally watch Big Trouble in China. Yeah.
Oh, Big Trouble in China is my all damn movie.
All damn. Just you can't leave that movie out.
Yeah. Just reciting the lines over and over again, just sitting there back and watching that. You gotta love David Lopan because he had the most one-liners.
Lopan, that guy,
You never could beat me, ancient.
Here's the thing, though. Why would you want to be human? Like, I can understand you want women and all that, but you're a ghost. You're a mythological character. Why would you want to? And then at the end, he gets a knife in his skull. Like, come on now. The whole plot of the movie but still, it's still classic. Don't get me wrong. I just find that funny. Sometimes you gotta tear apart Big Trouble in China and see like, okay, that doesn't make any sense, but you gotta love it anyway.
Yeah, but Big Trouble in Little China gave us Raiden
for
Mortal Kombat.
It did.
Everybody knows Raiden from Mortal Kombat was Thunder.
Originated, yeah.
And, no, not Thunder. Was it? What was his name? Was it Thunder or was it Lightning?
Oh, he was Lightning.
Oh, it was Lightning.
It was
It was Lightning.
Thunder was the guy that
bigger
talked.
guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So hold on now. I know another one. One of my own personal favorites was The Fifth Element.
Oh
yeah.
I can watch The Fifth Element.
Fifth Element is all.
I might even go home and watch The Fifth Element when this show is over.
Yeah,
But The Fifth Element was just a really, really well done movie. Bruce Willis was spot on. He had a lot of interesting lines. Chris Tucker was crazy as all get out in that movie.
Yeah.
But and that was a departure for Chris Tucker. He had been trying to do some of the the buddy comedy type movies. And that movie, it was like he just stepped completely outside of himself on that movie. And
totally different character.
Right, it was. Yeah. Another movie you may not like, but I will literally watch it, is Alien Resurrection.
Alien Resurrection?
It's something about that movie and seeing the aliens underwater and that little one scene, and I thought it was good to me. I don't know about anybody else.
One of my favorite sequels would have to be probably Dawn of the Dead, the original
one.
Oh, yeah. Now, a lot of people love that remake, and the remake was great, but the original one, I always try to put myself in that movie. Yeah. They're in a mall. You could do whatever you want, eat whatever you want. They had the whole arcade to themselves, and they could do whatever they want, but you're trapped. And you got this whole thing going on like, if I leave this place, my life is in danger, and it just, to me, one of those movies that I really love, and it's an all damn movie. I would watch it any single time.
Tom Savini.
Oh, Tom Savini is a great.
All hail Tom Savini.
Yeah, Tom Savini is definitely one of the. I've met the guy a couple times actually. He's one of the most interesting people to just sit down. For people that don't know who Tom Savini is, he was Sex Machine in Dawn of the Dead. Which, no, sorry, not Dawn of the Dead. Excuse me, Dusk Till Dawn, which is another all damn movie because Dusk Till Dawn was. George Clooney was that. The man. I love George Clooney in that movie, and George Clooney ruined Batman. Not completely his fault.
You're right.
But in Dusk Till Dawn, that man was so smooth. He was just cool.
He was cool.
Tom Savini, thank you very much for your contribution in Dusk Till Dawn. We loved that character, and definitely the man is an outstanding makeup artist. Creature effects, the man is bar none great.
Actually, another one to piggyback off of that was the Night of the Living Dead remake.
Well, I like the Night of the Dead remake,
I can watch that.
too.
I mean, I love the original one, but that one with just Tony Todd just being that character, he really showed his talent in that movie. I love that movie. I can literally watch it. I don't care what channel it comes on, I'll watch
And those are one of those movies that, like, they took the original one, and it wasn't per se shot for shot, but it was exactly really close.
Right.
And not a lot of remakes actually able to do as well as that one did. That one was a really, really good remake.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that one. That was pretty good. Evil Dead 2, though.
Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, it was way better than the original one. And it's all damn. You got to sit down there. Whenever it comes on, you got to watch Evil Dead 2. That movie,
Another one, Kill Bill.
Which one?
Which one?
I like 1. I like 2 was good, but it's something about 1 because I like the whole samurai aspect of it.
Okay.
I love spaghetti westerns sometimes, but it was more action in the first one, and that's why I like Kill Bill 1 better.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely a big fan of Kill Bill.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that was an outstanding revenge story because it's one of those movies where it's like, if that happened and you were able to come back and you already had all that training to begin with, and then you go and get even more training and go after the crazy 88s and everybody that did you wrong, that was a great story.
Yes.
And again, even on TV, and that's one of the ones that on TV, it does suffer because a lot of those action sequences are cut like quite a bit, but you still, I think that's one of those movies that, like, when it comes on, it reminds you that, hey, I got that in my collection. Let me go put that in and watch it right now the way it's supposed to be watched.
Yeah.
So I think that's
I know exactly. In another one, Blade. The first Blade, that's definitely all damn
2 was just as better as the first one. Just as good.
I like 2 was okay.
Are you kidding me?
I like 1 way better than part 2.
Okay, why do you like 2?
Well, no, I didn't say I didn't like 2.
I mean,
I said I like 1 more just because it felt more original than the second one. The second one seemed like they were pushing way too much, too hard. Like, I don't know if it was the special effects. I think it had to do with that one scene where the vampires broke into Blade's secret lair or whatever, and they were fighting.
Very
could
CG.
see, they turned into CG, and that kind of bothered me. That took a little away from the movie.
Well, even if you listen to the commentary, Wesley had even pointed that out, that the CG, because it was very early on. Don't forget, this is what, early 2000s.
Yes, early.
So CG wasn't as polished as it is now. I mean, now you can't even really tell most times. But I think the issue with that one is, like you said, it did look very action figure-y.
Yeah, it kind of just took me out of it a little bit. I liked it because I liked the dialogue between Blade and the other vampires that hated Blade. And,
See, I didn't really mind the whole little action figure CGI thing. I just love the action in it.
No, it was good. Don't get me wrong. Blade 3 sucked though.
Oh, we all know.
Blade Trinity was kind of.
He wasn't even in it half the time.
Yeah, it wasn't really that
great.
But
who saved it was Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds did make that one interesting. Yeah. And here's another one that you guys didn't even mention, but we're running out of time. I'm going to throw it out there anyway. Pulp Fiction.
Oh.
But you guys forgot about it. We'll have to talk about that later. And everybody watching, make sure you tell us what your favorite all damn movie is. What sequels did you think were better than the original? Hit us up, gameshowchat@gmail.com, or follow us on Twitter @gameshowchat. Leave us your comments. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Gentlemen, game over.
I must admit I didn't think much of Andy the first time I laid eyes on him. That was my first impression of the man. Yeah, I think it would be fair to say I liked Andy from the start.
You gotta love David Lopan.
Indeed.